You think Peaky Blinders is about family? That it's this heartwarming story of loyalty and love? Wrong. If that's what you've been watching, you completely miss a point. Peaky Blinders isn't a family drama. It's a study in power, control, and the twisted psychology of leaders and followers. Every move, every betrayal, every rise to the top isn't about blood ties. It's about who dominates, who submits, and how the ghosts of war shape every decision. Tommy Shelby isn't just the head of a family. He's a product of the trenches, a strategist forged in chaos, a man whose followers exist because he demands it, not because of love. Look closer, and you'll see it everywhere. The so-called loyalty of the Shelby family, the reverence, the fear, it's not devotion. It's structure. It's hierarchy. It's the war leaving scars on every man who survived, teaching them to follow a leader or be crushed by one. Family is just a mask. The real story is war-made leaders and the people who fall in line behind them. And once you see that, Peaky Blinders isn't just a show. It's a masterclass in control, manipulation, and the harsh truth about human nature. Once you understand the war shaped them, it's easy to see who's a leader and who's a follower. And Peaky Blinders is full of both. Tommy Shelby isn't just smart. He demands obedience. Every plan he makes, every risk he takes, isn't about family. They're about control. People follow him because he's calculated, ruthless, and knows exactly how to make fear and respect work in his favor. Look at Polly. She's the closest thing to a co-leader, but even she bends to Tommy's vision. She advises, she manipulates, but she ultimately follows. Then there's John. And Arthur. Loyal, yes, but reactive. John wants to protect the family, not expand power. Arthur is chaotic, full of emotion, driven by anger more than strategy. They follow because they trust Tommy to lead, not because a family unit demands it. And that's the point. The hierarchy is everything. In Peaky Blinders, family is secondary. The war taught these men to follow orders to survive. Now, that instinct isn't gone. It just moved to the streets. The leader rises, the followers fall in line, and everyone plays their part. Betrayal, loyalty, even love, everything comes down to this power dynamic. Here's where it gets interesting. It's different. He doesn't rely on brute force like Arthur, or blind loyalty like John. His will is absolute. This distinction is the entire backbone of Peaky Blinders. Family isn't the glue that holds them together. The hierarchy is. Tommy isn't just the head of the family. He is the leader the war created, the one everyone else orbits around, and everything the Shelbys do reflects that power structure. If Peaky Blinders is a study in power, there's one relationship that stands out as almost fair. Almost. That's Tommy Shelby and Alfie Solomons. Unlike the family or other gang leaders, this dynamic isn't built on fear, loyalty, or obligation. It's built on mutual respect and understanding, and that's rare in a world where everyone is trying to dominate everyone else. Alfie is a leader in his own right. He's unpredictable, chaotic, and brutal, but he knows how to negotiate. He doesn't just follow Tommy, he challenges him. He makes threats, he tests boundaries, he pushes back. And yet, Tommy doesn't crush him. He respects Alfie's mind, his cunning, and the fact that he's as ruthless and capable as Tommy himself. That's why their relationship works. It's fair because it's reciprocal, not one-sided. Tommy doesn't see Alfie as a subordinate. He sees him as a peer. And that's incredibly rare in Peaky Blinders. Most of Tommy's interactions with family are about control. Polly manipulates, John obeys, Arthur rages. But Alfie fights. He negotiates. He's constantly testing Tommy's limits. And Tommy responds in kind. He plays a game. To understand Peaky Blinders, you need to understand Tommy Shelby. Not just a man, but the role he occupies in the world he lives in. The show doesn't revolve around family, loyalty, or even crime. It revolves around Tommy as a leader, and why leadership isn't just what he does, it's who he is. From the very first scene, it's clear Tommy isn't like the others. He doesn't react. He calculates. He sees the bigger picture while everyone else is trapped in emotion or instinct. The war shaped Tommy, yes, but it also revealed him. In the trenches, survival wasn't just about strength. It was about strategy, foresight, and influence. Tommy learned how to read people, predict their moves, and manipulate situations to his advantage. That's why leadership suits him. Arthur fights, John obeys, Polly schemes, but Tommy combines all of it. He can fight, he can plan, he can command, and he does it without needing approval. That's the key. He's self-sufficient as a leader, not just the head of a family. Tommy's importance goes beyond the family business. He sets the tone for the world around him. The streets, the gangs, even politicians respond to him because he understands the rules of power. He doesn't just react to threats. He creates opportunities, manipulates situations before they become dangerous, and anticipates betrayals before they happen. That's why his role as leader isn't just convenient, it's necessary. Without Tommy, the Shelbys aren't a gang. They are just another set of criminals who would have been crushed by rivals long ago. Another reason the leader role fits him is his psychological complexity. Tommy isn't fearless, he's haunted. The show repeatedly shows his struggles with trauma, anxiety, and the weight of responsibility. But instead of breaking him, it sharpens him. He channels pain into calculation. He uses paranoia to anticipate moves and protect his people, even if that means manipulating them. A leader who can't handle pressure would crumble. But Tommy thrives because pressure is his tool, not his weakness. And let's not forget his vision. A leader isn't just about controlling the present. They shape the future. Tommy constantly looks ahead. Every alliance, every enemy, every risky gamble is part of a bigger plan. He's not thinking about survival this week or the next. He's thinking years ahead, decades ahead. That foresight is what separates him from the rest of the Shelbys. Family, fear, loyalty, they're all part of the machinery, but it's the engine that drives it. Finally, Tommy's importance isn't just about what he does. It's about what he represents. In a world full of followers, chaos, and betrayal, he is the anchor. He embodies leadership in its purest form, intelligent, strategic, ruthless when needed, yet capable of respect and calculated fairness. He doesn't just survive the world he's in, he masters it. That's why Peaky Blinders is never about family, gang life, or crime alone. It's about a man shaped by war, circumstances, and intellect who respond to his authority. Tommy Shelby isn't just the head of the family. He's the axis of Peaky Blinders itself. So here's the truth. Peaky Blinders isn't about family. It's not about loyalty, love, or blood. It's about leaders, followers, and the scars left by war. Every betrayal, every plan, every fight exists to show who rises to power and who falls in line. Tommy Shelby isn't just the head of the family. He's the leader the show was built around, the one who shapes everyone and everything around him. Polly, Arthur, John, they all exist in relation to him. And the rest of the world? They are just pieces on his chessboard. The relationships, the fights, the alliances, they all make sense once you stop thinking about family and start thinking about power, influence, and hierarchy. Look at Tommy and Alfie. Finally, two leaders meeting on equal ground. Look at the Shelbys, followers orbiting around a man who commands respect, fear, and strategy in equal measure. Once you see it like this, the story isn't just a gang drama. It's a masterclass in leadership, strategy, and human behavior under pressure. So the next time you watch Peaky Blinders, forget the family, forget the drama. Watch the leaders, watch the followers, and watch the war's shadow over them all. That's the story you've been missing. That's Peaky Blinders, and if you watch it thinking otherwise, you've been watching it wrong.